Hey everyone, welcome to today's deep dive into the world of Bitcoin. If you're here, you're probably as excited, or maybe a bit nervous, about what 2026 could bring for the king of crypto. Today, I'm going to walk you through my thoughts on Bitcoin's potential path next year, based on the latest trends, expert analyses, and market signals. But first, let's get this out of the way. This is not financial advice. I'm not a certified advisor, and crypto markets can swing wildly. Always do your own research, and only invest what you can afford to lose. Alright, with that said, let's jump in. Picture this. It's late 2025, and Bitcoin's been on a roller coaster. We hit all-time highs above $125,000 earlier this year, but now we're hovering around $87,000 to $95,000. That's a pullback, sure, but if you zoom out, Bitcoin's up massively from where it was just a couple of years ago. Remember 2022? We were scraping the bottom at under $20,000. Fast forward, and institutions are piling in like never before. So what does that mean for 2026? Could we see new highs, or is a correction on the horizon? Stick around, because I'm breaking it down step by step, and by the end, you'll have a clearer picture, plus some action steps to keep you engaged. First off, let's talk history, because Bitcoin loves patterns. Every 4 years or so, we get a halving, that event where the reward for mining new Bitcoins gets cut in half, tightening supply. The last one was in 2024, and historically, the year after a halving is when things heat up. 2013, Bitcoin exploded. 2017, moonshot. 2021, we hit $69,000. But 2025 was the post-halving year this cycle, and while we did see gains, some say the cycle's stretching out. Why? Blame it on bigger players. ETFs like BlackRock's and Fidelity's have brought in billions, over $50 billion in inflows this year alone. That's not retail frenzy, that's pensions and hedge funds treating Bitcoin like digital gold. Now looking ahead to 2026, a lot of analysts are pointing to continued institutional adoption as the big driver. Take Grayscale. They're predicting Bitcoin could smash through its all-time high in the first half of next year, potentially topping $126,000. Why? More countries might start shifting reserves from gold to Bitcoin, like Gemini suggested. Imagine if a nation like Japan, or even the US, adds BTC to its balance sheet. That could spark a buying spree. And with Trump back in office pushing pro-crypto policies, regulations might finally catch up in a good way, like passing that stalled market structure bill early in 2026. But let's get to the numbers. What are the experts saying? ChatGPT, crunching historical data and trends, sees Bitcoin trading between $110,000 and $160,000, averaging around $135,000. Binance uses consensus, about $91,500. Kraken's tool, assuming steady 5% annual growth, puts it at around $92,000. CoinCodex is a bit higher at $96,000. But the bulls? Citi's base case is $143,000 in the next 12 months. JP Morgan says $170,000. And some outliers like Plan C are calling for $200,000 plus. Coinpedia even floats $150,000 to $250,000 before year-end. You sent, what could push us higher? Macro factors are key. Elon Musk is predicting double-digit US economic growth by late 2026, maybe even triple-digit by 2030. If interest rates keep dropping, like the Fed's recent cuts, risk assets like Bitcoin thrive. Plus, Bitcoin's correlation with stocks is strengthening, so if the S&P 500 rallies, BTC might tag along. And don't forget supply shock. With halvings behind us, daily new Bitcoin issuance is low, while demand from ETFs keeps growing. MicroStrategy's Michael Saylor is still stacking, and if more companies follow, we could see scarcity drive prices up. But hey, it's not all sunshine. There are risks. Fundstrat's leaked guidance warns of a drop to $60,000 early in 2026 if things go south. Gemini even floats the idea of a negative return next year, bucking the 4-year cycle. Why? Debt maturities in 2026-2027 could strain liquidity. If inflation spikes or tariffs hurt global trade, Bitcoin could correlate with a stock market dip. Retail speculation has cooled, and volatility might lead to consolidation rather than explosion. Some on X, like Davis Lee, predict a massive crash, wiping out alts and pulling BTC down to $26,000, $37,000. Ouch. So, what's my take? I'm cautiously optimistic. I think 2026 starts with a bang, maybe reclaiming $100,000 in Q1 as whales accumulate and retail FOMO's back in. By mid-year, if adoption ramps up, we could push to $150,000, $200,000. End of year? Somewhere around $180,000, assuming no major black swans. But again, markets are unpredictable. The 4-year cycle might be evolving into a super cycle with longer bull runs, thanks to mainstream integration. Think about it. 10 years ago, Bitcoin was 456. Now, over 200x return. If you're in it for the long haul, dips are buying opportunities. Whales are stacking while retail sells. Classic setup for a rally. Alright, we've covered a lot. History, drivers, predictions, risks. What do you think? Will Bitcoin hit $200,000 in 2026, or are we in for a correction? Drop your predictions in the comments below. I read everyone, and the best might get a shout out next time. If this helped, Smash that like button, subscribe for more crypto breakdowns, and turn on notifications so you don't miss our next video on altcoin picks for 2026. Seriously, if you're not subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? Hit that button now. Let's build this community together. Share this with a friend who's Bitcoin curious, and let's discuss in the comments. Thanks for watching, stay safe out there, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.